Who's going to be the most furious, Leroy, at the Heat already having the Kyle Lowry deal seemingly in the bag? Like, Woj even has Precious Achiuwa thrown in the deal. He's got all the deets. He's like, it's such a weird thing, the way he words it, too. He's like, Heat aiming to be the front runners for Kyle Lowry, which is kind of just like when he goes the draft and he's like, it seems very likely that the Heat have a lot of great favor with Bam Adebayo in the draft. It's like, what? Just say who they're going to draft. And so Woj basically...
You know what that is? Wait. You know what we call that? You should be familiar with this. Journalistic wiggle room.
It's like everybody's just sitting here. We're just supposed to be accepting of the Heat already having a deal in place for Kyle Lowry. Well, what? And you got to think that the
you can say, I did not say that.
I didn't say that. No, Woj's like, I didn't say that. You know, it's just framework. But Mark Cuban, it's already been reported they've moved off of him. They had interest in adding him next to Luka. They're out. And the Pelicans were the other big team that was rumored to get him. And I think part of it was even that they traded their number 10 overall pick this year to clear space. They can't get him. So someone's going to be mad at the Heat for apparently having this in the bag already and having the deal worked out. You know I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm going to guess Mark Cuban.
It's going to be Dallas.
Mark Cuban. Rat bastard. Oh, well,
it's going to be Dallas.
Mark Cuban, who's tried to go to the club at midnight to get guys and has been swayed during the moratorium before with DeAndre Jordan. Once again, Mark Cuban foiled in free agency. Everybody's like, oh, the guy's just such a great guy. Who would want to play for Mark Cuban? Apparently not free agents. We're out on this. Sorry, Mark. Definitely got a league complaint coming, especially it's the Heat, too. Definitely got a league complaint coming his way. Listen, go trade for Goran Dragic. That'll make Luka happy. You got to do something because he's already got 1 foot out the door. You better work on it, Mark. He better work on it, Leroy. That's all I'm saying. That bridge is getting rickety. That's all I'm saying. Very, very questionable. You can already tell. But the other rumors that were out there yesterday was this that they wanted to do the old reunion show. DeMar DeRozan coming down to the Heat too, and it seemed like that might be a little bit dead in the water because the Andre Iguodala thing is done. He did not pick up his option, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Not impossible. It's not impossible to make it happen, but it makes it more difficult. I'm not into it at all. I got to be honest with you, with the whole bringing back the Raptors crew to add to the Heat. Like, if you told me after all this whaling that we've been doing, all right, and after all of the harpooning and all the groundwork I've been laying, me and Bam, Leroy. What the hell is that? Is that like a new orca?
A whale. That's a real whale.
Whoa. Is that what they really sound like?
Swims by it this time.
It's a lot different than...
That BS whale that you and...
I don't know. I kind of like... But DeMar DeRozan isn't that. Like, okay. I don't know, man. Like, it just doesn't... Like, you're going to tell me, okay, so we've been waiting this entire time for this summer, and our move is, all right, we got it, boys. We are going to bring back the 2016 Raptors. Come get some.
But here's the deal. You're definitely out fishing, okay? The Heat are out fishing. But you can't catch a whale with 8-pound test line. And that's what you got. Okay? Everybody else got the big boats.
Who?
With they trolling. They had draft picks. They had other big name guys that they could trade. The Heat, right? In order to keep some of their key players together, they got to just fish with, some lighter tests, some smaller boat, and hope they can catch a big one.
Okay, but look, DeMar DeRozan's a fine player.
But that's what they're doing.
Okay, but Leroy, is anybody going to shoot threes on that team?
I said that when we first started. No. It was no big deal.
Because I assume in this type of scenario, if you're having Kyle Lowry there, like Tyler's going to be on the floor, Duncan Robinson's going to be on the floor. If you bring in a DeMar DeRozan and your 4 spots are Bam, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and I assume some type of big that they're gonna whatever big they choose to pair with Bam. Who's shooting? DeMar DeRozan doesn't shoot.
I said that when we started. Like, who you gonna like? Okay.
I don't understand it.
And then here's the worst part. You bring those guys in, and you find a shooter. One of them guys gonna have to sit on the bench and come off the bench because you can't, like, okay, if you got Bam, you got a big. One of the either DeMar DeRozan or Kyle Lowry, if you get them both, you gonna leave out there so everybody can play in the paint. I just have a big party.
I just think it's a mess basketball wise. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it.
Now I will say this. And this is the honest truth. I have never had a problem with what the Heat do because they always manage to find a way to win basketball games, which is a tribute to Spo, even though they may not have certain things. Like, for example, last year they made it to the playoffs with basically no defense. Not defense you used to seeing with the Miami Heat. You had a few guys that gave it the old college try, but couldn't play a lick of defense. And they still managed to have some success. Not the success you want, because you know how this team is built. So before I just go ahead on and dump on it, seeing what I see beforehand, I'm going to think that in the last 10 years, the Heat have always had a bona fide shooter. Right? Always. And when you think of the big three, those guys didn't really shoot the three. So there's ways to make it work. However, you are going to have some type of shooter. A guy that I'm talking about, there's no question. We got a shooter.
Okay, but there's a couple of things with that. Is those guys weren't bona fide shooters, but they always surrounded them with guys like Mike Miller, Ray Allen, Shane Battier, like they always made sure that they had a pairing that worked.
But that's what I'm saying. You can get that.
Okay, but where's the but where? If it does come down to those four, if somehow that happens, who are you getting? Because it's gonna have to be some center that is a knockdown shooter at all points. I just don't get it.
Man, they've been playing small for the last 4 years. So, like, okay.
I don't know, man. That's nothing for me. I don't like it. I
mean, look.
Doesn't tickle my fancy, Leroy.
What if they re-sign Dedmon? He shoots the three.
Come on, bro.
Look. There's only a handful of bigs in the league, and they're all taken. So, like, hey, can you give me some rebounds and shoot up a couple of threes every now and then?
I just think that I'm just confused by a couple of things here, like with the DeMar DeRozan thing. Like, one, I'm confused because it doesn't feel like a great fit. It's not taking away DeRozan's talent. I know he's a talented player. I know
seems like he does the same thing Jimmy does.
I not as good a defender, probably a better scorer. Yeah, probably. Yeah, like
right.
I don't think it doesn't feel like a great fit unless we don't know about some secret shooting sessions that are going on in Tokyo with Bam. unless I'm missing something. Unless, like, in Tokyo, Bam is having shootouts with Kevin Durant, and the word is he's lighting it up. And listen, if that comes, I mean, look, if that's the case, great, awesome.
That's the guy, though, right? That's the one guy.
That's the guy I expect. I mean, like, he's young. Yeah. So, like, if we're going to talk about ceiling and you're going to, like, am I expecting Jimmy all of a sudden to rebound back to what he was back with the Minnesota Timberwolves as a shooter? No. So,
I mean, I take a couple of years ago Jimmy with the Heat. Boy, that last year. Woo.
But the other thing is, okay, so it seems like Precious Achiuwa and Gogi are going to be gone in this deal. And it feels like if the DeMar DeRozan thing is going to happen, it's not going to involve Tyler Hero. Like, I haven't heard anything about Tyler Hero, the plans for Tyler Hero, in any of these rumors. And so I thought when I was seeing all this stuff go by yesterday, I just thought it was such an unmentioned thing about, okay, well, what's Tyler's role going to be? Because if they aren't going to trade him, then aren't they going to start him? Like, because Goran's not going to be here. Kendrick's not going to be here.
They're going to put him in Gogie's spot.
I don't think so, man. I think he's going to be the starting two. And
who's gonna
I don't know about the bench role, but I feel like if you're going to be in this role, if Pat Riley meant what he meant and he said that he's a core player for this team and that he's going to be one of the guys going forward, I feel like he's the guy that kind of fits with the backcourt. He does stretch the floor. He can theoretically shoot. Didn't have a great year from three last year, but he does, like, he can work in that space. He can shot create. He can do all that type of stuff. And it's got that infusion of youth that just makes you a little bit more excited. So is this a thing where they're going to go look at this and say, okay, Tyler Hero, that's the move we're going to go to, and we're going to be happy with giving him more of a responsibility in that regard? I don't know.
I think Tyler takes the Gogie role. He's the guy that comes off the bench and runs the second unit. As of right now. Right? You're moving smaller and smaller guys around the basket, and actually you should be trying to get a little bigger and get a little more size.
No, but for right now, I'm thinking about that backcourt space. Like that I'm trying to figure who's going to be back there with Kyle Lowry, because Jimmy's kind of like, you're 2-3, like that's what he is. But
it's going to be Kyle Lowry. Then it's going to be DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy at the 3.
Not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of it.
Here, you're not a fan. Can we see you trust Pat, right?
I trust Pat, but listen, I gotta have some. Sometimes we gotta have a talk.
No.
And right now, it just feels like he's like, oh, let's just change things to change things. Let's mix it up.
You trust Pat.
Nobody
right?
talked to me about this, okay? Nobody came to Tobin and said, hey, what do you think about this?
And I would have been
Aaron
Rodgers.
And I would have been like,
all right, Aaron Rodgers.
And I would have had to talk. I would have had a talk with him, and I'd been like, Pat, let's talk about this. Padrino, okay? Let's talk about this, okay? We've been sitting here. I've been sharpening harpoons for a couple of summers now, and you're telling me the best we could do out on this trip is bringing back the Raps? That's it? That's what we're doing?
Respond to that?
Are you Pat Riley? Are you Pat Riley or are you Leroy Horde?
Yeah. I'm Pat Riley.
Okay.
So let's see where you're coming from. And I would like to say two things to you. With what?
That's what Pat Riley. Hold on. This isn't the Pat. This is how I know you're a fraud. Let me get this straight. You're Pat Riley. You went out and you got Jimmy Butler. No cap space, no assets. There are obstacles, but there are no obstacles, but there are tons of obstacles. Now all of a sudden you're telling me with what? Who is this guy I'm talking to? Clearly not Pat Riley, not the guy that I knew growing up.
I would have used the field mouse line, but I forgot it.
What?
From Talladega Nights with Grandpa with the field mouse.
Just yesterday was just such a yesterday was just such a I don't know.
I get it. But like you more than anybody should come into a situation like this being nothing but positive because of the faith you have in Pat Riley and the things that you've seen him do. Yet you've already come to the conclusion that this is all he's going to do.
Nah, it's
and I'm
not.
like, that's weird coming from you.
I think that the thing that I'm surprised by is, like, on day one of free agency, the best that they got is we're going to reunite DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. Like, I'm in on Kyle Lowry, okay? Like, never been the biggest fan of the guy, but I get it. Jimmy loves him. I objectively can say it is a huge upgrade at the point guard spot, which they needed. They greatly needed last year. So
both offensively and defensively.
And they're giving up Precious and Goran for it. Breaks my heart to see Goran go, but I objectively say huge lift. I don't get the DeMar DeRozan thing. And I just find it to be such an underwhelming move that I find it surprising there's not another move. Like with all the stuff we talked about, there's the Brandon Ingram stuff, the Colin Sexton stuff, all of the stuff that's been out there, they've already got it mapped out. Nah, never mind. We're just going in this direction. I don't buy it.
Knox Money sent me the line.
What's that?
The field mouse is fast, but the owl sees at night.
All right. That was.
That's what Pat Riley would say. Something like that.
Pat Knox also said a classic smokescreen on DeRozan. I hope so.
Here's what I don't understand. Knowing what you know of all the different things that Pat Riley's done in his career, why you never let things play out a little bit?
Well,
you never do.
It's tough for me. I mean, like, first of all, let things play out. Like, you know, before even free agency starts, 24 hours beforehand, they already got the Kyle Lowry thing cinched up. So, I mean, what am I waiting to play out? Like, they already got that thing done. And, you know.
Last year, didn't you trade Gogi to Dallas or something?
No, they actually tried to trade Goran Dragic to Dallas, and he ended up not happening. That was actually the year before they went to the finals. We talked to him about it, don't you remember? And it ended up saying, "Oh no, they wanted Derek Jones Jr. and Kelly Olynyk," and so the entire deal fell apart.
All right, but I'm just saying, like, let give it a minute. Let the iron cool off before you touch it.
I'm letting it cool off. But I got to react to what's here today.
If you trust, I understand, but if you trust Pat Riley, and I'm more than sure you do, right?
I mean,
I trust him.
To be
so down on what you're hearing seems crazy.
It's not that I'm down on what I'm not down on everything I've been hearing. I'm pretty. First of all, the Kyle Lowry thing, that seems like it's kind of been in the bag for a while. Okay, cool. I'm in. I'm fine.
Been hearing that for a while.
Been hearing it for a while. That's Jimmy. I mean, him and Jimmy, super tight. Relationship's great between them. You know, apparently he's better friends with him than Goran Dragic. And now he's but you know, it's just the part of it that is just like, okay, we got the East, right? You got Jimmy, you got Bam. That's your core. We got this new East to go after. The champion Milwaukee Bucks. They kicked your ass. You got the Brooklyn Nets, theoretically a juggernaut, even though you don't know what the hell's going on with those three players. You never know. Now you never know who's going to be healthy, who's going to show up. But theoretically, let's just say you got to go against them in a series. And I'm going to go at it with my two additions are going to be guys that just continually came up short together with everything with an East.
Wait a minute.
That was basically just, you know, LeBron James put together with a duct tape team every single year, and they couldn't get a game against him.
Wait.
That's the big whale edition. No, I'm not excited about it.
They got rings.
No, one of them has rings. One of them got shipped off to
DeMar
San Antonio.
DeRozan got traded.
Yeah, that's
Kyle
right.
Lowry has a ring.
He does have a ring.
You can't say that about him. He came up big time. You can't keep using that same thing. Once they get the ring, you move on from that take. That take is no more good.
Yeah,
no good anymore.
Here's the thing, though.
If you fail one time, you're going to be known as a failure the rest of your life?
It's fine. No, but here's the thing. He's got a ring, but now we're bringing along his deadweight friend. You know, his friend who doesn't have a ring.
Hold on.
We're bringing along the anchor.
Wait. Weren't we getting ready to eat a $40 million contract to get who are we gonna get to
You're thinking of the Kevin Love thing.
Kevin Love.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Sexton and we're gonna eat Kevin Love's contract. So what's the problem?
Kevin Love is a ring.
Oh my goodness.
Boxed in.
I hate you. Boxed in. I'm not boxing.
Boxed
I'm not
in.
boxing.
That's a box, bro.
I'm not boxing.
That's a box.
It's not even accurate.
It is accurate. Go look at his basketball reference.
So you would rather have Kevin Love than DeMar DeRozan?
I think I would rather have Kevin Love than DeMar DeRozan. Yeah.
You are a liar.
Why? How am I a liar?
Oh my goodness, you are the worst.
Great fit next to Bam.
The worst.
Great fit next to
So
Bam.
DeMar DeRozan is usually never hurt.
Never hurt.
Kevin Love would limp into the facility.
That's true.
And you'd rather have him than DeMar DeRozan.
I would be, but like I know that Kevin Love. You're doing the thing where you just doing straight up. I know that if we have,
you just did.
No. I know
Kevin Love has a ring, and you've been hating the guy for the last 2 years.
It's a big oversight on your argument. Just wanted to let it be known. But the big thing is, I know that if Kevin Love is here, I know that there's another domino that fell, or I know that he's here for the minimum. And so I'm just telling you that, yeah, on its face, I know in that basketball scenario that I would like it better.
So here. So then let me ask you this. Why, if the Heat do the Kevin Love and Sexton thing, you know there's more moves coming, but won't give them that same option if they bring DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry? Like, why do you think that's it?
Where's the move? Where is it? I don't see it.
Where's the move the other way?
Where's
You're
the
just
move?
assuming there's more moves.
I want to see some action. You know, what's happening with dunks? We got nothing on dunks. We got nothing on Tyler Hero. All of a sudden, Tyler Hero's going to be here. He's a core piece.
You want me to tell you what the deal is on dunks?
Yeah.
Dunks getting ready to get paid. The Heat ain't going to pay him for the same reasons why you say just this. Oh, they find a shooter every year.
Well, they do find it. Trust me, Max Scherzer will take care of it.
Then why are you worried about dunks?
Yeah, because,
dunks too.
We're going to be wheeling and dealing. I thought that Dunks is he going to be in a sign and trade? Are they just going to let him go? See you later, Dunks.
Sign and trade?
Yeah.
Is it me or
what about
is
a little
3-point shooter?
What about a little?
Is a 3-point shooter, a specialist, a 3-point shooter, kind of going the way of a running back?
But no, it's not actually.
No, but I'm saying most teams think they can just pick up a guy that can shoot. He ain't getting paid the max. If you just a knockdown 3-point shooter, you ain't getting a max.
I mean, you're not getting a max, but go look at what Joe Harris and Davis Bertans made last year, and you'd be pretty shocked.
Yeah. No, I know they got what do you got, like 4 for 100 or 4 for 90, something like that.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. What about a little dunk? What about a little dunks to the Pels? Bring back Brandon Ingram. You know they don't want him anyway.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, that would get my jellies
going.
To
go. I need him to go to the opposite of Jenny Craig.
I don't worry about that. We got a great. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Just something a little bit.
That dude's built like a 7-iron.
Leroy, can we have? You know what it is? Like if we have DeMar DeRozan with Kyle Lowry.
Wait.
What?
Let me chew on this for a second. So you think you're gonna do a sign and trade, and you're gonna trade the Pelicans, Duncan Robinson, and you're gonna get Ingram back?
Yeah. What are they don't want him.
Oh my goodness. They
don't want him. It's so clear. Him and Zion don't work.
You think the Pelicans organization is that just
in fairness, I just saw them trade a top 10 pick to clear space for Kyle Lowry, who's coming to the Miami Heat. So, yeah, I do think they could be had. Let's see if they want to do business with the big boys.
There's some good eatings out there now.
Some good eatings, bro.
And everybody finds a soft spot.
I'm sorry. You mean the team that paid Steven Adams $75 million to get rid of him in a year? You mean the team that gave Stan Van Gundy a 4-year contract and he's not the head coach after a year? That organization? Yeah, I think they could be had. I think Pat Riley should be circling
the same people that own the Saints too. That's crazy. Are you circling?
Like a buzzard.
You circling like there's blood in the water?
Yep.
So would you rather so of all the players you're talking about, the best fit would either be Kyle Lowry or Ingram?
I would be more excited about that.
What the Heat have right now.
I would be excited about that.
About Ingram. I'd be excited.
Oh, I'd be very excited about that. I'd be
more excited about
I'm down with having Kyle Lowry here.
Kyle Lowry.
I'm down with having Kyle Lowry
What's happening with Kendrick Nunn?
I don't know. He's not coming back, apparently.
Like, why is everybody else's free agents seem to be out and about, and nobody's heard from the Heat free agents?
Why is Goran Dragic walking around Slovenia with the Jimmy Butler shirt on?
Parting gift, I told you.
Did Jimmy call him? Did he at least say it?
Guess what he had in his back pocket? Guess what he had in his little satchel? A Big Face coffee mug.
Very, very upsetting.
You get a mug and a T-shirt. A T-shirt wrapped in the rubber band, stuffed in the cup. That's what they gave him.
Just gonna send him to Toronto, just like that. My little Gogi. I love him. Allegedly, Roy.
I don't know. I just think, huh?
A legend.
I would love to have Ingram. I mean, he's got a little bit of at least some length. Goodness, like we can't have the whole team gonna be 6'9".
Yeah, if they added that would excite me very much. The DeMar DeRozan thing.
I would even be excited about Sexton and Love because Sexton's younger.
I'd be excited about that too. I would be excited about that too. I would be excited with another young piece to be added to bringing in Kyle Lowry. I'm not excited
with least excitement, though I'm good with the Kyle Lowry thing.
I'm good with the Kyle Lowry thing.
As far as what options could be out there, I'm the lowest on that. Yeah. But I like Kyle Lowry.
I'm in on Kyle Lowry. I'm not that in on Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Sorry, I'm not. Give me all the stats you want.
And actually, would you say DeMar DeRozan is the better player of those two?
I guess in a vacuum, yeah. I mean, if you're going to talk about
part of that is playing the two and a point guard, maybe a little different, right? But I mean, DeMar DeRozan is not.
Do you think like the
garbage?
Heat, do you think the Heat looked at like the playoffs and like, oh, the mid range is back? You know, you saw with all the guys making the shots inside.
No, I
the
think
line.
if there's any team that understands that, it would probably be the Heat that just went through 15 years of one of the best mid range games to ever have it, to ever play. Right, along with you also talking about Jimmy Butler got a mid range game. My thing is that it seems to me like teams are better when you have guys with different skill sets, right? And if you keep bringing in guys, although great players, they have the same skill set. I mean, it's almost seems like it's a layup line. Everybody trying to shoot from the same spot.